Hey everyone, it's Michael here from Orderflows.com, and this is my Orderflows trade analysis for Monday, February 13, 2017. And again, my name is Michael Valtos. I'm the founder and trader at Orderflows.com, and today was a nice trending day, and there's some signs earlier in the day that the market was going to go up. But first, a brief disclaimer: this presentation is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered a solicitation to buy or sell a futures contract or make any other type of investment decision. Futures trading contains substantial risk and is not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more than the initial investment. Risk capital is money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading, and only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay, so the tools used in this presentation are the Orderflows Trader, the Flip, the UTurn, and the Transition. And I'll just pull up the chart here in the E-minis. I talk about this situation. I don't know if you want to call it a situation, but this sort of setup quite often when it appears. And let me find my chart real quick. I thought I had it up here, but anyway, here it is. So this is the E-mini. This is a 3-range chart, and around, just ahead of the cash open, we started running up into our highs, and this is a 3-range chart. So at 833, we had a new high, we had a divergence, okay? 828, we had a high, didn't have a divergence. So we got 833, we got one divergence, came off a little bit, came back up, hit a new high at 838, another divergence, 841, another divergence. This time, though, you do have the ratio there. Earlier you did have the divergence with the ratio. That's right around the cash open, not necessarily the time I'm looking to be taking any trade. And, at that time, I'm waiting for the market to see what's, which way is it going to start trading. So we get up here, 838. So, that's already the second divergence. 841, that's another divergence. Then we get up here at 846, another divergence, okay? The reason why I'm not interested right now out here in getting short, because I know we've already put in 3 divergences and we're still going higher. And when I start to see, 3 divergences in a relatively short period of time, I'm looking for the 4th one. Then, some moves higher. 846, we got this divergence here. Came all the way down to 20. Then we started going back up, got up to that high again at 22.5. We took out the high. I got long. I was trying to get in here at 2.5. I got a little bit impatient. I was looking for more of a quicker move up. But anyway, I got in at 2 3/4. So, I was long there. I was looking for a move, a much higher move. So we've already had 4 divergences. So we had 4 new highs already, within the first 30, 40 minutes of trading. And we're coming in here, we're taking out the high again. So, I'm getting long there at 2 3/4. I'm just going to draw a line here so it's a little easier to see what my level is. Okay, and we just hang around there literally for the rest of the morning. We did come down here to 38. At 9:38 down to 21. But I got some nice signs down here that hey, there is support here. We got this ratio bounds low. We've got this nice volume, 1300 there. And then, we come back up to the high. Don't quite reach there, but we're still in that area. I mean, and look at this volume that's trading in there. 2,000, 7,000, 2,500. We come off again, come back up. We got another divergence. This time we got a divergence. We got the ratio afterwards. And, again, I'm still in this position. And I'm thinking, hey, are we going to go higher or what? And this to me is normally a bearish sign. But I know that there was some very good buying back here, buying in the sense, as opposed to buying up from the offer, people, working bids here, 7,000, 2,000, 1,300. And I can see as we're coming down here, 4,000, 2,600 here, 2,000. So, I'm not necessarily convinced that this is going to be our high of the day because there's a lot of buying up there. If, just doing the math, off the top of my head, 7,000, this is 10,000 lots here, probably another 3,000 in here. So, maybe if this market started selling off, we started getting down below 21, I might see these guys coming in and start selling, and okay, the market may sell off, but what happens is we turn right back around, start making new highs. Again, you got some very nice volumes in here, 4,000, 2,900, 3,000. These are solid buying numbers, solid volume being traded on the bids. And, we do make that new high. It was interesting because at first, this is a 3-range chart, and normally I'd be looking at about 2 to 3 points. So, my first take profit would be just right up here at 4 3/4. But actually, I was expecting more of a move today, a one-way move. And so, I put my offer up there at 7, and it was at 7 3/4, I think it was. So it was about 5 points is what I was looking to get out of this move. And so we hit this high, we came off, sort of came back down here. This is my entry price, this blue line. And again, we're still putting in some very solid numbers here. So I'm not necessarily convinced that we're going to really sell off, 4,000, 3,000, 2,000. Then, we come back up close to the high, start coming back off again. We get down to 1.5 here. And then look at these numbers here, 9,000, 7,000. We spent, close to 20 minutes, almost 25 minutes in this bar here. And I just remember seeing all this volume. And I knew once, I said, if we could get past this to the upside, we're just going to go higher. And, because again, you got 10,000 from earlier, then you got another, 20,000 basically in this period here, even going back to there. And even back here, it was 7,000, there's another 10,000. So, you're looking at, 30,000 lots being traded on the bid. Okay, so, people are passively buying it. They're there, happy to work bids there. People are selling them, they're selling it 9,000, 7,000. Once that selling gets exhausted, where's the market going to go? It's going to go up, because it's not going to go lower when the selling is exhausted, because there's buyers there. There are people that are happy to buy it there. And then what happens is it takes a while to develop. Again, this is a 3-range chart, but again, I was taking more of a longer term view on this. Normally a 3-range chart, for an hour, I wouldn't be in the trade. But I really thought this move had something into it. When you're looking for a trend day, you want to try and hold it as long as you can. I had my offer up here at 7 3/4. I got filled. I think the high of the day was like 29 or something like that. But honestly, I wasn't any interested in taking any other trades that day in this market. But there were some other trades to be had, honestly. Just really quick looking at some of these other indicators. This is the U-turn this morning. Basically, really from the U-turn, you should really only be looking at it around 6 or 7 in the morning. I'm not really interested down here at 2 in the morning. But anyway, I'm not even going to count this one here. So, say you're just looking at it from the cash open, which is about here. You have the sell, just go sideways, and you get a nice buy in here. Again, this is telling you to buy it right around that 23 area, 22.5, 23 area, right on up. Again, I didn't even notice that there was these sells up here, but that's where I got out. That's a 5-point move right there. This one, maybe you could have got something out of it, scratched it, but say even if you got short in here, you're getting out in here and getting long, at least you would have had a small loss on this, maybe. Again, who knows? But definitely you would have gotten it all back on that trade. And okay, the other day, right, Friday, I was showing a chart in the euro currency with this transition indicator, and it was just giving gangbuster signals left and right. Today was a bit tougher, honestly, on the 1 minute chart. Going back to 6 o'clock at least, gave a buy here, which failed. This one, you could have got something out of it at 9 o'clock. Honestly, today was a tough day in the euro currency. After 11, we're just basically in a holding pattern. Look at that. Maybe you could have got something out of here. These just sideways, up a little bit, sideways. 2 o'clock, you wouldn't be looking to trade. But that's just how it goes sometimes. Not every day is just going to give you 3 signals, 4 signals that are all 100% right. Sometimes it's going to run into a day like that where it's just kind of shitty. Excuse my language, but so anyway, I'll show you some other charts here. This is also a euro currency. It's an 8-range chart. Just go back to about, I don't even know what's in here. This one's, a few of the indicators on here. This is the U-turn, the transition, and the flip. So the flip is actually the arrow. The U-turn I have set at this hash. So, it gives a sell here, and then it comes around and gives you a little buy there. I mean, it was tough this morning because it was just sideways after 11 o'clock. This is the flip and the transition right here in this one bar at the same time. One bar up, and then you get a negative sign, another negative sign there, and that was it. And let's see, I'll pull in another euro currency chart. I could show you all the charts, but I just want you to see, the euro currency. This is the transition today. There's just this one on the 987 tick chart here. If you could see that 987 tick. So basically, there wasn't much movement. After 10 o'clock, it was really dead in the water. Just really quick, crude oil on the 987 tick chart. It was interesting, to say the least. Where are we here? Just going back here. There's nothing earlier, but when we run into this time here at 8 o'clock, you have a buy here which failed pretty quick, but it came back with another buy. The second one worked a little bit. It wasn't a big move, but again, this one failed here. But then this next one here, you could have got something out of it. Not much. It was only about a 10 tick move before you got this sell here, which started to go down, but then it came right back up in this one bar, which if you're not out, probably would have stopped you out, but that's why you should look to trail your stops. But then this signal here, this one at 8, it's like around 850, the sell, somewhere around 53.15, and that was it. Lights out. It went all the way down. I'll make it a little smaller. So from 53.15, down below, 5300. And then we just hang around this 5280 to 5290, 95 area until the close. In the night session, we're trading here at 02 right now. But, this put you on the right side for basically the rest of the day with very little, very little pullbacks. You had this little one initially, but after that, it was just, got below 5300 and stayed below. And a couple other charts real quick. Where am I? It's mini Dow. I'm just looking. I just want to pull it in here. Okay, I've been talking about this mini Dow contract recently, and this morning started out difficult. So it's from 8:30. If you're trading mini Dow, trade it when the Dow is open. Don't be messing around with it at 4 in the morning. 8:40, just before you got a sell here, which failed right off the bat. I remember looking at these things. I was in my mini trade pretty much most of the morning. And then here, got a sell. Okay, you got a little bit of something here, from 30 down to, 25. But again, it was very quiet, as far as when you'd get a sell signal. And here you got a sell, which didn't work out. So, you got basically, 2 losers, 1 scratch. This one sort of didn't really work out either. It's debatable if that, if you would have really made anything, or you would have, taken some heat. But again, if you're getting short at 40, it trades up to 45. If you're using a 5 tick stop, yeah, you'd be stopped out. If you got an 8 tick stop, no, you wouldn't be. And then later, 10 o'clock, yeah, nice buy signal here at the 35 area. It trades all the way up to 50, 55. Got another buy signal. This one didn't work out, but you should have, you wouldn't be looking to get long here. Ideally you got long here, so you'd still be long. Then it just sort of peters out, so, maybe you could have got something from 35 up to around the 50 area. Then just sort of, sells off, comes back up here, you get another buy signal here, up into the sell signal, who knows, maybe 5-10 ticks. 12 o'clock, you get this buy in here. It does come down against you. Again, this is the area around, 62 or 62, I think it was. It trades down to 5 or 56. Again, I don't know, if you're using a 5 tick stop, you would have been stopped out. Okay. But anyway, later you get a nice buy signal here. Again, this one I don't think you would have been stopped out. You're only talking 2 or 3 ticks. It pulled down against you. And then it trades all the way up to 95. So whatever. Call this 80. Up to 90. Could have got something out of it. Just sort of hangs there. It did come back down to 80. 80 back to 90. So hopefully you could have got something out of that. But later in the day, you got this nice buy signal here, 145, 146. Basically telling you get short here at around the 80 level. And then it just trades down, 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 down. Never even comes back up to 80. And you get a buy signal here just before the cash close. Got to be careful. You can trade around there. But, if you did, you were rewarded. So, this move from 80 down to, the 65 area. I'm not saying down here at 60. But definitely down in here, maybe 70. Okay. And then look at this. You get this nice move. Sometimes you get these nice moves right after the cash close. And look at that. It just moves straight up from the 60 area all the way up to the 90 area where we closed. And right now in the evening session, we're trading at 87. So just real quick in the bonds, in case you guys are wondering if there's anything. Not really. I remember looking, I had this divergence here at 8 o'clock. Then we have another divergence here. Got a 0 print. We've got a stacked imbalance. Got a nice strong delta. But, these numbers, they're kind of, ideally I like to see above 1,000, at least one of these numbers. But these are chunky. I remember looking at it thinking, okay, maybe we could move higher. S&Ps are still up near the highs, which, is usually not a good sign. If I'm looking, I don't like to be long bonds and long S&Ps, but I remember looking at this and sort of thinking, okay, let's see how it comes back. And then right in the next bar, you got 2 imbalances, a down candle, and I was thinking, okay, well, we're probably going to look for the low still. We did make the low just before 10 o'clock. You got a divergence. This is the Delta scalper giving a buy here, actually, and again, but other than that, I really didn't see anything very solid in the order flow. We did rally up from there, but it was just, it's kind of like nothing dramatic. All right, so thanks for watching this video. To learn more about trading software used in this presentation and how you can add order flow to your trading, how you can profit from order flow, visit my website, www.orderflows.com. And to learn more about, any of these indicators, I've got some very long videos posted up on my channel here recently within the last week for the flip, the U-turn, and the transition. Each video is about an hour long, but, these are order flow tools to read the order flow for you, which will make it easier for you as a trader. You see them on a normal bar chart, but they run on an order flow chart as well. I just have them on there so you can see it a lot easier and a lot cleaner. But again, any questions, just go to my website, orderflows.com, and you'll find a lot of information on there. So thanks for watching this, and hope to see you on the inside.